So this is one of the Fireman 16 steps. This is the closed stance Fireman. So Catherine's got her right leg back. I also have my right leg back. We're in a closed stance. It's going to start with a down block, into out block, and then we're gonna go into the throw. Up, up, up. So I'm gonna do into out block, I grab. I'm gonna step in this leg behind her leg. I'm gonna try to put my shoulder between her legs here and get her weight as far over me as I can. And I also, when you're loading them up, you want to think about getting their weight back toward your hips. This will be easier for you to have her loaded farther back as opposed to over the shoulder. This is basically the same throw, but it's going to be harder for me and it's going to be a higher fall for her. So I'm going to get her hips, or get her loaded toward the back of my hip. I'm going to stick my arm between the legs here. I'm going to think about, extract yourself for a second. So the motion is going to be step, pull in here, get the weight over the back. This arm is going to come through and lift as this arm pulls like this, and this leg is going to step in like that. So it's, you're lifting, pulling, and standing like this. So from the beginning, up, 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 here, here. Okay, and then she lands. Then I side fall. Now I have the arm. I'm going to plant my foot by the side of her head, step this leg around, and now I'm basically blocking her shoulder. I'm attacking the wrist, both thumbs on the back of the wrist, fingers on the palm, and I'm sort of lifting and turning this way, and this is going to bind up her whole arm, and I get the tap. I extract myself, up, and that's what it looks like. So, going a little more quickly, it's going to look like this. Up, 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 here. Up. Okay. Questions, comments?
When you're doing the step to block her shoulder, so that way it's like, is it how necessary is that to this piece of it? Like, are you really blocking your shoulder from moving, and that's what really makes the twist?
Oh, so you're on the ground. So the step is you can just lay on your back. The step is helpful because if I do this and then I put my foot in, it's easier for me to get that wrong or to kick her or step on her hair or something. So at this point, if I do the step first and plant it and then turn around, I'm already in the right spot. And then I am blocking, like if this weren't here, or do this, she could turn up and out a little bit. In fact, this is here, so I can also like lever her arm against my leg and get that earlier. Okay. The one that starts from open stance. So I've got my left leg back, she's got her right leg back as always, and let's go. Up. So I'm going to down block, into out block. Grab, and then I'm going to think about, again, putting my shoulder right between her legs, but now I'm coming to her inside. So stepping in low here, getting my shoulder basically as deep as I can. This arm is getting her weight forward, and I'm loading her onto my shoulders, trying to keep my back as straight as possible, not bending over like this. I don't want to squat like this, so I'm protecting my back. So we're here, this, and then I step up, lift, and then for the sake of using our partners, I'm just going to give a little bump, let her over the top of my head, and she's going to land in a nice side fall. And I have the leg. I like to do a key lock here, so I'm going to put the foot in my armpit, and then get my forearm trapped around the back of her ankle like this. Grab my own hand, and then it's like a twist this way, attacking the ankle. You can also add this foot against the shin here, and that's uncomfortable as well. Attacking like this. So. Clear out. Up. Cool. So that's what that looks like. Going sort of full speed. Right here. Up. 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 Thank you.
So for this one, the one that you were doing earlier when we were doing, it's kind of like the same throw but from the outside versus this inside. Is there a difference with how like your body is, like where your weight is when you're picking us up?
Yes, so for the one that I did with Catherine, I'll stand this way for the camera. So for that one, I'm stepping behind, my leg is behind, and we're both sort of facing the same way. I have you loaded. I can load you high, but for my sake and your sake, it's best to load you low. And as I do this spin, you like roll off my back and do the fall. With the fireman's, I'm stepping, turn this way. The fireman's, I'm stepping in here and basically just picking you up. You're just like a dead weight on my shoulders essentially before I bump you off the front and have you roll down. So one is like a roll across the back, the other one is a pick up and a drop. Does that answer your question? Yes. Okay, thank you.